Welcome to the Warframe Weapon Encyclopedia, where today we're checking out the Halikar. You can get the blueprint for the Halikar from the market, and it's actually fairly cheap. It's 15,000 credits, 2 argon crystals, 4,800 ferrite, 5,000 nanospores, and 500 oxium. The Halikar is a Mastery Rank 7 glyph that does primarily puncture with a little bit of impact and slash on the side. It is fairly fast with very low range, though that's not necessarily a problem because you're going to be throwing it most of the time anyway, and it comes with a 17% crit chance, a 2x crit multiplier, and a 29% status chance. That, however, is only for basic melee attacks. If you throw it, the damage is going to be considerably higher, and it can get upwards of 21% crit chance with a 2.3x crit multiplier and a 33% status chance if you do a fully charged throw. And if you then decide to do a heavy attack as well, which with the glyph is done by pressing the heavy attack button once you throw the glyph, which will detonate it mid-air, it will do almost 900 blast damage in an area of 4.9 meters. And there is still more. So firstly, slam attacks with the Halikar actually do pure magnetic damage, though they also, on top of occasionally proccing magnetic damage, force proc impact, and heavy attacks with the Halikar force proc impact as well. And finally, any enemy you hit with the Halikar via a throw has a chance to be disarmed, which is a very nice touch because the Halikar is the weapon that drug masters use to disarm you. Now, since the Halikar is a glyph, it can of course use all the thrown weapon specific mods, stuff like Combo Fury, which synergizes really well with secondary weapons, Power Throw, which gives you a tremendous amount of damage if all you're gonna do is throw it, and even the volatile mods, whether that be Rebound for all the bouncing or Return for no bouncing. Which kind of leads me to my next point. Glyphs are some of the most versatile weapons in the game, build-wise. You can build them in many different ways, and the builds for the most part feel very different from one another. So I would highly recommend you play around with different mechanics and figure out which one of them you like the most. So I'm only going to show you the one that I personally like the most, because if I were to show you all of them, this video would be 30 minutes long. So here's the one that I like. It's a power throw rebound setup, so it does a ton of damage with each throw, and it bounces around and explodes with each bounce. Now this setup in particular isn't great at single target, and if you run into a beefier enemy with it, it's much better to just open them up to a finisher and do a finisher. But what it is good at is clearing out groups of enemies. When you run into a new room and it's full of enemies, you just toss it in, it's gonna bounce around and blow them all up. If, however, you want more single target out of the Halikar, you should instead look into either building it for light attacks and using it as a regular melee weapon, or using a heavy attack build which would use volatile return instead. So, would I recommend the Halikar? Yes, I actually would. I think it's a pretty decent glyph that's not too expensive. Basically, the ratio of the time it will take you to get it going versus the amount of stuff you're going to be able to do with it is very good. So yeah, go and get it, and if you end up really liking it, you can even get yourself the upgraded version Halikar Wraith from Tier, which is just a straight up upgrade. And that is pretty much it for the video, so I thank you very much for watching as always, guys, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.